Long ago, in a small village near the forest, there lived a shoemaker named Arun. He lived with his elderly mother in a modest little hut. Arun was hard-working, but he carried a deep sense of shame. He couldn't read or write. As a child, poverty had kept him from going to school. Every time he went to the market to sell shoes, Arun would keep his head down, avoiding conversation, afraid people would discover he was illiterate. Whatever price a customer offered, he agreed, too scared to argue or negotiate. One day, a customer handed him a note with specific instructions for shoe repairs. Arun didn't dare admit he couldn't read. He guessed, completely wrong. The customer returned, furious, and accused him of being a fraud. The market people laughed at him. Ashamed, Arun went home in silence. That night, he told his mother, "I will always be useless. I can't read, I can't speak up, and everyone looks down on me." His mother said nothing. She simply handed him an old, wrinkled piece of paper. "This is a letter your father wrote before he passed away. Take it to the temple at the end of the village. The head monk will read it for you." The next morning, Arun quietly walked to the temple. The old monk took the letter and read it slowly. "My son, if you can read this letter, it means you've already overcome your first fear. But if you can't yet, then start today." Hearing those words, Arun burst into tears. The monk said gently, "You are not weak. You are only chained by one thing, your fear of being judged. But you can learn little by little. I will help you." From that day on, Arun came to the temple every day to learn to read and write. At first, his hands trembled as he held a pen. He misspelled even his own name, but the monk never scolded him. "You don't need to be fast," the monk said. "You just need to not give up." After a few weeks, the monk gave him a task. "Next week, stand at the village gate and teach 3 children to write their names in the dirt." Arun was terrified. "How can I do that? I'm still learning." But on the appointed day, he stood, nervous, hesitant, and did it. The children laughed joyfully. A passerby said, "That shoemaker looks different today, doesn't he?" Arun smiled for the first time in years. The monk continued the challenge. "Next month, write a new sign for your shop, by hand, in your own writing." When the sign was finally hung, Arun's shoes, honest and durable, villagers admired it and whispered, "He wrote that himself? Impressive." From that day on, Arun no longer kept his head down. He listened, gave advice, and even told a few jokes. His little shop became well known, not because he made the fanciest shoes, but because of his genuine smile and the quiet confidence that radiated from a man who was once known as the Illiterate Shoemaker. We often believe that only the eloquent, the educated, or the successful deserve respect. But life doesn't test us on our degrees or charisma. It tests us on our courage to face ourselves. Arun didn't lack willpower. Like so many others, he only lacked belief in his own worth. We bow our heads when we feel not enough, afraid of being laughed at or judged. But those fears are shadows cast by the mind. They only exist when we let them rule us. Remember, confidence does not come first, then action. It is action, repeated again and again, that builds true confidence. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you weaken fear. Every time you dare to learn something new, ask for help, or stand up, you lay the foundation for a stronger version of yourself. No one is born perfect, but everyone has the power to become stronger than who they were yesterday. That is the greatest achievement of all. And when you change the way you see yourself, the world changes the way it sees you. Fear is just an illusion. Only action can dissolve it. Confidence doesn't come from knowing everything. It comes from daring to begin. You don't need to be great to start, but you must start to become great. Believe this: the small steps you take today could be the turning point of your entire life.